Alright everybody, thanks for coming back for another video. Today I'm super stoked about this unboxing we're about to do. It's a box full of jigs and some other stuff that Butts Baits in Illinois sent me. I can't wait to get into this sucker. Alright, here it is. It's a box and it's damn heavy. I don't know, it doesn't really say what the weight is on here. It got a little dinged up, Trevor, in shipping, but it seems to all be there. So, got the knife, got the box. I'm really excited to do this. Him and I have been talking about this, talking about colors, talking about different styles of jig heads, a lot of different things, and you know, we finally made it all happen, and he sent the box out last week. Much respect, bro. I definitely appreciate it. So, opening this sucker, I'm just really excited. As you guys know, not to delay this any longer than I have to, but I'm a jig guy. I love fishing jigs. I seem to be the most happy when I've got a jig in my hand, or maybe even a Texas rig. But you know, when I'm flipping those jigs, there's something about that, getting that bite on a jig, that just is really, really awesome. I've been throwing pepper jigs almost exclusively for 10 years. I was thinking about it earlier. It's been 10 years since I've really tried out a different jig company or different jigs. And so getting these and just working with Trevor to figure out exactly what would work for me and my style has been super exciting. And there's obviously going to be a follow-up to this video of some on-the-water footage once we get out. My boat's still down. Hopefully getting it all put back together tomorrow. Had to get a new starter and some other stuff, but you know, either way. So here we go, cracking this sucker open. Right off the bat, we got some green pumpkin red flake rage craws. These are some of his custom design. Let me flip that bag around so you can see some of that. Here. There you go. So they've got that extra little paddle there that will give them that extra action. That's really a cool idea. That's a different thought to the rage style that exists, and got a bit of a garlicky smell, which obviously I like. Got some more plastics. These are more of a beaver style. Same thing, red pump or green pumpkin with the red flake. These are some more. These are more like a chigger crawl or a paca crawl style. Green pumpkin with the kind of chartreuse on the other side. Great color when you're fishing for spotted bass. A little bit of stain to the water. That's a really good color, or smallmouth. All right, so these are kind of a candy grass or a sprayed grass color. Same thing, kind of that paca crawl. And you guys, you see me, I throw those suckers, the Reaction Innovation ones, they're sprayed grass beavers all the time. So those are going to be great to match up with some of the places that I like to fish. All right, before we get into the good stuff, because I'm kind of moving stuff around to get to the plastics. So here's some more. These are, oh yeah, this is a really good Clear Lake color. He calls this the orange green pumpkin rage crawl, the 3-inch ones. Again, look at that. That's a really, really good solid color for places like Clear Lake, where that orange color, or the Delta up here, that really sets those bass off. So now let's just start getting into this. Now, one thing about his baits is they're all hand tied, which is a big deal to me. I love the hand tied baits. The little rubber rings wear out. I use jigs a long time. I'm really practical with them. I don't lose a lot of them. And even when they're worn out, when there's a few strands left, I can still use that thing, whether I'm pre-fishing for a tournament or just going out fun fishing. You can always resharpen a hook, or sometimes you'll cut a hook off and use it when you're pre-fishing, just because you don't want to set the hook on a fish when you're trying just to locate schools. So you can go and do those things with old jigs. Once that rubber wears out, the skirt falls off, they're done. Unless you want to replace the skirt and go through all that. And I'm not a jig maker, I'm a jig user, so you know, I don't mess with it too much. And his are all tungsten, which gives it that more compact size on the heads, which, you know, we'll get it into some places that maybe the other ones won't. So right off the bat, we have some green pumpkin, and with the blue flash, or the blue strands in there. I don't know if you can see that there. It's in that flipping style head that I really like. This is a 1-ounce jig head, that's actually at about the same size as the head I use on the, gosh, I'm trying to get a good angle on that, on the 5/8 ounce pepper jigs. So that's really good. That's one great thing about tungsten, is the fact that it's so much more dense, that the size is so much smaller than lead. So we got some of those. Those are great colors up here. Here's some extra skirts. He told me he was going to throw some of those in there. Okay, some more of the same style with the, looks like green pumpkin chartreuse with a little bit of chartreuse. I'm really anxious to try this at some place like Lake Berryessa where it's just full of smallmouth and spotted bass and largemouth, because they'll go off on a color like that really quick. Like that color. Set that one aside. Okay, we got some, these look to be straight green pumpkin footballs. Again with the 1 ounce. I like a heavier football jig. It gets down there, gets on the bottom, gets to where those bass are at quicker. You know, if they're eating a jig, sometimes going lighter is good. They'll hit it on the fall. But in the dead of the summer or in the dead of the winter, when you know they're typically hugging the bottom or they're on the bank, you know, on the subsurface structure, it's great to get it down there and not mess around. So this is kind of a brown and green pumpkin combination. Really good color, similar to the Delta Magic minus the little flake in there. All right, next color. Oh, this is the same thing, but with the brown flipping head. So this is the same style as, or same color as the last one, just with the brown flipping head, not the football head. All right, the next one. Oh, okay, this is really similar to the Delta Magic. Look at that. That's in a football head. That's a beauty there. That's a fish catching machine. That one's we're gonna have some good footage with that one. All right. Man, Trevor, you sent a lot of stuff, dude. This is awesome. Thank you, brother. So here's some football heads in that green pumpkin blue. That, again, those colors are phenomenal. They're gonna work just all around. I missed a bag of plastics. It's like a cinnamon with red flake. What does he call it? Brown red flake. Rage crawls. Same. All right, some more of the flipping style heads. These things when they're laid on top of each other. This is green pumpkin and brown with a green, boy, the light's in here. Yeah, the green pump, like a green pumpkin head. And some more of the green pumpkin chartreuse ones in a football head. Let me tell you something about jigs, boys and girls. They catch fish. They catch big fish. They catch big fish year round. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't understand them, don't know how to use them, think that there's only certain times a year that they work. They work all year long. They work really great in the dead of the winter when you got to be on the bottom, when you can really slowly work that bait, just kind of really working it along the bottom. They work fantastic in the early spring when you're bed fishing. They work really great in the summer when you're flipping around docks and deep structure. I mean, we just covered all bases right there. You know, I've made some videos on kind of jig how-to stuff and all that. You know, you can always check that out. I'll throw a link up here. But for the most part, jigs are something that I have tied on 100% of the time. I don't care if I'm bank fishing. I don't care if I'm fishing out of a boat. I don't care if I'm fishing out of a buddy's boat and he says, hey, we're going to be throwing jerk baits and Alabama rigs and square bills all day. Still going to have a rod tied up with a jig, and my friends can tell you that because it's the truth. It's just something I have confidence in. I know that fish eat it year round, and I will catch fish on it even when nothing else seems to work for me. Again, Trevor, thank you very much. Butts Baits, I'll throw a link down in the the commentary below so that you guys can find his stuff and look at it. I believe it's just a Facebook link until he gets a website done. But thanks again, Trevor, for sending this stuff to me. It's going to get some good use. And stay tuned for the video where we're going to have some on-the-water footage and show you these things in action. I can't wait to get back out there. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.